and welcome to the Book Nook. I'm very excited to have you here with me today, which I think I want to start calling it the Book Nook. That's kind of fun. Today's video is going to be very fun, and it's going to be filmed over a period of time. For April, I thought it would be really interesting and really cool to read a whole bunch of Titanic books, and I wanted to see how many books I can get in that time frame. If you watched the video about where I shared my April TBR, you already saw these in that video. I checked out 4 library books, Titanic books. First one, we have A Night to Remember by Walter Lloyd. And then we have The Dressmaker by Kate Alcott. The Girl Who Came Home by Hazel Gaynor, I think. And the last library book is Luck of the Titanic by Stacey Lee. So those are the books I have checked out. And then over on my Kindle, I have some books that I want to read as well. First, I have The Stars in April, which I started reading forever ago. I'm actually 26% of the way through. So I think after I finish up the library books, or at least get a couple of them in, then I'm going to go back to that book. It's a series called The Timeouts Titanic. It's about, I started reading it actually. Am I really 29% of the way through? Wow, that went really fast. I didn't realize how much I read that night. It's about this group of kids who unexpectedly end up becoming time travelers. And I haven't gotten actually to where they time travel, just the leading up to it. But I'm shocked I'm already 29% of the way through. I didn't think I read that much that night. And I've also got Loss of the Steamship Titanic. It says it's by the British government, so that's definitely going to be nonfiction. And then one called Titanic. So I haven't read those. I think those are all the Titanic books that I'm going to be reading. I already started reading this one, and to be honest, I'm almost done with it. I didn't get time to film this video until just now, and since I only have through the month of April, and today is the 11th, I believe, 11th or the 10th, it's like I need to get filming. So I'm almost completely done with this book. I'm on page 166. It is, my copy I have is large print. I think I'm on like the last chapter. I've got like 10 pages left maybe. But this is such a good read. Several different eyewitness perspectives, and it's just super interesting. Like the incident where the ship hit the iceberg. The author jumps from different passenger accounts of like where they were, what they were doing, what they thought it sounded like. It's just so interesting. Like, I love how this is laid out. It's just beautiful. So if you are interested in learning more about the Titanic, or about people on board, or hearing more first accounts, or just, you know, find it interesting, definitely read this one. It is really, really good. My sister actually wants to read this one after I'm done with it. So that's why I also prioritize this one first. That way I can get it to her before it's due back. But definitely good. I think this one is a really good start to all these books, because the other ones, I think they're all fiction. So getting these like more historical, you know, based facts and statements and direct quotes and everything, I think this will really like set me up for the fiction one, so I can like keep this in mind and while we like have the fictional characters and everything. So this was a really good book. I'm really glad that I read this one. So that'll do it for right now, but I will let you guys know when I finish that and moving on to the next book. So until then, hello guys, it's actually the next day. I finished A Night to Remember last night, and my last update, I said I had like 10 pages left, so I was basically done with it. But this was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I haven't rated it yet officially, but I'm thinking 5 stars. It was such a well-written, organized, and just a great account of the Titanic and the passengers and everything. So if you're interested, you want to learn more about it, I definitely recommend reading this, because you'll get so much like in-depth like insight. And it was really good. So I definitely enjoyed that. Very glad I read it, and I highly recommend it. Of my library stack, I have selected to read this one next, The Girl Who Came Home. I decided to read this one next because it is a dual timeline. It takes place Ireland in 1912 and then Chicago 1982. So I'm really intrigued. So far, I'm on page 8, so I made like a tiny dent. And so far, you know, I haven't gotten far enough to actually have a formed opinion so far. So I am so stoked to be reading these, and I'm really excited for this little challenge thing to read all these books, so it's going to be great. And I will now be giving my sister the Titanic book because she wants to read it next. So I will see you all in the next update. Bye. Hi book buddies. It's been a couple weeks since I last updated this video, the Titanic video, and let me tell you, since then I am Titanic'd out. Like, I feel like I have just like absorbed so much, and it's like, we're done. We're done. Let me go ahead and update you to what I read after I finished A Night to Remember. And I gave that to my sister to read, and she really enjoyed it as well. So, and then on my Kindle, the next one that I read, I know I said I was going to do library books first, but this one I was really far into it, and it's like, let's go ahead and finish it. And so it was the Time Out Titanic, which is a series. It is a middle grade time travel series, which I thought would be really interesting, and they go back in time to the Titanic, so that was like really cool. This book was super fast paced. It was great. It was so easy just to buzz right through it. I feel like the plot was kind of hurried. When the group of kids go back in time, they're there like a very short time on the Titanic, which I would have loved it if they had been there longer and we got to see more, you know, maybe interacting with the actual people that were there, or just like, I don't know, something. So I feel like it could have been a little bit more in depth, I guess. And also the characters, they felt really 2D. You kind of get a feel for like how each one's different in some ways, especially like in their dialogue and like just attitudes like that. But I don't know, I'm sure as the series progresses we'll get to know the characters more. I don't know, I feel like even for a middle grade fast read, I feel like there could have been a bit more to it. At this point I haven't not written a full review or rating, but I'm thinking I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was enjoyable, very fast paced like I said, and it was really cool. It was an interesting concept, and the fact that the kids have to go to different time periods and they have to find a certain item, but I think that's really cool, and I think the series would be really neat too. So I don't know if I'm going to continue it. I might. This was a freebie I downloaded one day. I jumped straight into a library book, The Girl Who Came Home, and I picked this one first because it is a dual timeline, and I thought, I really like those, even though I've only read like 2, I think. This was crazily, awesomely well written. It is so cool. Okay, so it's a constant switch up of point of views from Maggie back in 1912, and she's going with a group of family, relatives, and friends from Ireland. They're traveling to America. So it switches between the group of 14 going there, and then it goes to 1982, which is supposed to be the modern day, to a Grace Butler, who is Maggie's great-granddaughter, and she ends up hearing about the story of the Titanic that her great-grandma was on, and it just goes from there, and it's insane. I don't want to give the spoilers away. This was such a heartfelt and beautiful book, and I loved how in-depth like we got with the characters, like in their heads, and like there was just so much extra things the author included that really made the characters come alive. It was really neat, and like, I don't know, we're given just the right amount of backstory of each one, and it worked out really well. I think this was superbly well written. There's also some diary entries in here and journals, fictional of course, but the author also included at the beginning of each part, let me find one. At the beginning of each part, she has an actual telegram from the Titanic that was right, or that was accurate. Like a really cool touch, you know? It just kind of like, it's a constant reminder that, you know, this was real, and it's just bringing the whole event to life. That was great. I think the plot, there were no plot holes. Like, I finished this book so satisfied, and I felt like everything was concluded perfectly. There were no questions that I had afterwards. Great plot twist, and it's just so endearing and just so great, you know. Some books, you know, Titanic, the disaster, a little afterwards, the end. This goes so much further than that, and it was so good. I highly recommend this. The only thing I did not like, there was some language in it which was frustrating. Mild language and some slang. So I did not like that part. That's the only reason I'm not giving it 5 stars. I'm giving it 4.5. It was great otherwise. I do highly recommend this. Of course, if you don't like books with language, then, you know, take note that's in there. But otherwise, this was great, and I'm really glad that I read it. As I'm filming this today, I still have like not quite a week until I want to get the video up, which will be early May, because I thought about doing it at the end of April. But if you think about it, all the books that I'm reading are these, and when I do my April reads video beginning of May, this is already what I read. So I'm going to wait till like the first Friday in May. So I still have time to probably squeeze in maybe one more book, possibly, and yeah, I didn't even finish all the ones I picked out. I got a late start, unfortunately, getting to these books. So the ones I'm currently reading on my Kindle, I have The Stars in April, which is so good, you know. It's really well written, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm like 40% of the way through, and we're not even on the Titanic yet. We are traveling to the Titanic. So it's like, you know, I'm wondering how that's going to go. And last night, I started Luck of the Titanic, which I'm so excited for this one. The cover is stunning. Honestly, I love the cover. And, okay, I'm just going to say, I'm on chapter 6, page 51. And this one here is probably, even compared to the Time Out one, which was middle grade for kids, this is the most lighthearted one that I have read so far, and I'm honestly surprised. There's kind of, it's hard to explain, there's like a playfulness about it. Like, here, let me show you. I will read you a quote that kind of gives you like the words are just so like, I don't know, they're kind of like carefree and like interestingly phrased. Okay, so this is describing an officer on the ship, his uniform. A noose of a tie hangs from his severe white collar, and a jury of 8 brass buttons judge me from a humorless field of navy. It's like do you know do you see what I mean? Like, the words just kind of, they're playful, and they're just like very light, and, you know, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but this is like, I'm feeling like a very different mood of these books than the others. The others were more somber or like more serious, you know, where this one is just the opposite. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go for me. It is really interesting so far, and the it's got a cool plot. There's a circus thing going on with this, which adds to that like kind of whimsy, you know, feel to it. So yeah, it's really, this is an unexpected read, I think, in the Titanic subject, you know what I mean? So, but I'm going to do my best to at least finish this one before I get the video out. And I would like to, I don't know if I'm going to finish The Stars in April yet. I don't know. I'm a 40% of the way through that. I need to go ahead and get it done. But like, I want to get the library books in first, because I've already renewed them once. And like, you know. So those are the 2 that I'm reading right now. The other library book I have is The Dressmaker. And I don't think I'm going to get to this one this time around, which, I mean, I think I overdid it when I picked my books. I was so excited. So yeah, I don't think I will be reading this time around. So I think I'm going to pass on this for now. I may come back to it later someday, I don't know. But so this one, I think I'm just going to go ahead and return it while I'm out and about today doing some errands. So that, and then I had the other 2 ebooks, Titanic and Loss of the Steamship, I think. So I have those 2 I did not get to. I started them both, and I think it's the Titanic one is really, it feels like it's going to be a very descriptive read, like really descriptive. Like, I think I'm 5% through, and so far we've just talked about like setting up the scene of seeing the ship, you know, and it being built and everything. So it's like, okay. I mean, I think I made a couple highlights. It was cool, but like, I don't think I'm going to finish it this time around. And like I said, I am Titanic out. Like, I have just read so much, and not only reading, but like I've been watching interviews and documentaries. After I finished this, A Night to Remember, I found the free movie on YouTube. Temporarily free. It might be free when you get to it. I don't know. It's been free for a while. And it was the black and white version. There are also versions that are in color. So I watched that, which was really good, guys. And it's so, like, you need to read and watch it. It's so good. Like I said, interviews, documentaries, like I'm ready to move on. Like, I am. But like, it's been really fun submersing myself into this subject because I find it really fascinating. So my next video will be me finishing one of these two, either this one or The Stars in April. We will see. I probably won't get them both in. I'm just being realistic. And when I set out to do this, I was like, I'm gonna get all these read, which wasn't realistic either, especially at my current readings pace that I've been going. It's been going really slow. But I'm happy with what I've read so far. So until the next update. Hello book buddies. Final update for the Titanic video. I mentioned last that I was trying to finish Look at the Titanic and The Stars in April on my Kindle. I did not get to finish either of them. I did make progress. I think on Stars in April, I'm like 3%, I think. And then I was just reading this, trying to get some more done, and it's like, don't race to finish just for the video. But I'm on chapter 11, page 94, out of like 361. So like, I still had a ways to go, honestly. So I'm still gonna just read this, but it won't be for this video. I'll share my full review and rating in probably the video next month where I share my May reads. So that concludes the Titanic portion of this video. And I mentioned that I had another book I've read. The only other book that I've read in April was Flowers for Algernon, which was my sister's copy, so I don't have it with me right now. But I ended up giving it 2 stars. I had a real issue with the content. It was not something that I enjoy reading about. It was very graphic, sexual, adult content. I didn't know it would be in there, so it was not something that I enjoyed reading. I found the journal entry format to be interesting. I always enjoy diary or journal entries. The overall plot was very thought-provoking, and just the main theme of, was it worth it in the end? Which I won't give away any spoilers if you haven't read it. I'll just kind of leave it at that, but 2 stars. Did not like the content, and I think there was language. It's been a while since I read it. I say that like it's been years, but it's been about a month now. So I did not like it. I thought the book was very well written, and I thought that it had really good flow, good layout, but the content was a complete killjoy for me, and it kind of ruined the book, honestly. So that was the only other book I read in April. Quick question. Let me know, the 2 fake plants I have that light up, I really love them. I think they're cool. But let me know, do they bother you, like with the color changing? I just want to make sure that I don't have anything that would hinder viewers to enjoy the video. You know, like, I know they're not like flashing lights or anything, but I just wanted to make sure. So let me know if it is an issue. That'll close up today. The next video will be in a couple weeks, and I will be doing my 3rd Kindle cleanup book, which I'll share all about that in that video. I actually had to restart the book. I've decided to restart the book because I've been trying to read it for several months, and I don't know. So I need to start fresh and go from there and finish it all in one fell swoop. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'm really excited to move on and read some different books other than the Titanic, let me tell you. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it and you found some new book recs, maybe. And I don't know, let me know, do you enjoy reading Titanic books? Do you find that events interesting, fascinating? And if you think there was a Titanic book that I definitely should have read that I didn't include, drop a comment below letting me know. Maybe we'll make this a yearly thing where every April we do Titanic stuff. I don't know. So thanks for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. Until next time, happy reading.